So I rarely talk about anime on this channel. Well, despite how much I love anime, videos really don't do well. Of course, well, in a market that is that popular, such as anime, even over webtoons, it's only natural that it's so saturated that my videos wouldn't do so well. However, again, the purpose of this channel is to unite and all that anime jibber jabber, etc., etc. So I kind of want to talk about this anime because I like it a lot. And it's one of my favorites of the season, if not my favorite of the season, excluding all the continuations that have come out. So let's talk about it. The name of the anime is Oresuki, and I'm just going to get a quick review about why I like it so much. So Oresuki is about this guy nicknamed Joro. And Joro is basically Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. What I like about this character is that he is both Jekyll and Mr. Hyde all the time, and it's great. It's a little confusing, I will admit, but ultimately it's actually pretty amazing that he juggles two characters for most of the series. So this kid wants his own harem, which seems to be abrupt when his childhood friend and the student council president fall in love with his best friend, and he plays wingman for both of them at the same time. And you would think it would be worse. So this girl who no one likes, which is very ironic, but who no one likes, actually has a huge crush on him, up to the point that she's stalking him in a way. And so she basically blackmails him into giving her some time, which then kind of basically becomes this big scheme in which they all become friends. I just don't want to spoil most of it. I'm just giving you the synopsis. So what I really like about it, again, I've already said the first point, is the fact that the main character plays as two characters. You really see the really rough and the really rude part about this character, but then you also can see what makes him gentle and kind, and why so many girls would like him. Oh yeah, spoiler by the way, he gets his harem. Lucky. Also, I just really like, again, the characters. For a harem-based anime, what I really do like about like certain animes and webtoons and whatnot is the fact that we all are aware that certain things are just becoming very saturated and cliche and very common, and there's really no way that you can be original unless you make fun of it, or unless you do something very not of the norm. That's why shows like Oregairu and Konosuba do so well, because they really took the cliche themes of their particular genres and they basically just either made fun of them or just pointed them out for what they are. And Oresuki kind of does both to me, in the terms of you're laughing at the fact that it's just another trashy harem, but at the same time it does something very different, and actually characters are actually liking the character because he's the character, not because, oh, it's just freaking plot armor. And that's another thing too, where it's like there are really, you see slowly but surely why these characters are really into this one guy, and you start to see him for his personality and what really he has to offer on the table. My favorite is the character by the name of Punji, who really points out why she's so into Joro as she is. And over time, as you really watch the show and whatnot, you really do see like he has other qualities than just being a jerk 24/7. But it's really interesting to see him being a jerk 24/7. All in all, I just really think that it's a fancy, really interesting take on the harem genre, and rather than give us another trashy harem as we love to claim, it kind of does something unprecedented and different, and kind of shows the side where why people will like harem, people like this character. That makes sense, rather than just because he's the character. It's because he's a character that does this, and that sets Oresuki a lot from a lot of, trust me, I've watched a lot of harems. I've watched shows that should not have been harems, but were actually harems. And Oresuki definitely does something like really You get the point. The final point about it is the progression. The progression to me is pretty good. I want to say interesting, but I feel like I keep using that word a lot. Let's just say interesting. The character development is very interesting in the point where you actually see people gradually grow, and you see a lot of like. If the one thing that Oresuki definitely shows in this, if there was one theme, and you know I'm all about them themes, you know I'm about them themes, is that things are all not always what they seem, and there's always something behind the scenes if things don't look right. And definitely Oresuki does this to a T, where you start seeing more feelings come out, you see motives behind motives, and you see really a bigger web of lies and deceits that on the surface just seem perfectly normal. And that's just life in general, and that's just dating and really liking and amassing this bullcrap harem in general, you know. But it's just really good that a medium and a show really just points all of it out for what it is and not for what it's being made to be. But as far as the characters, you do see them all gradually grow. The main characters, you see them all gradually grow, which you would think you see it a lot in anime. You really only see it, I feel, in shonen. Honestly, I don't really see it anywhere else. Honestly, I mean, if you do see it, it's like, look, it takes a lot for a show in 12 episodes to really show gradual progression as it goes along. But a show that's able to do that is actually a really good show, because it really took time on more of the characters rather than trying to cram in all these other cliches every freaking minute. And that's definitely what Oresuki does, in my opinion, is that we're spent so much on these characters and really about who they are that you kind of like the cliches are missed, or they're just not really expanded on as everything else. But you get to see the character development of Joro, of Punji, Himari, Sun, all these characters, and honestly, it's been a fun ride. All in all, if you want to watch a good anime, I definitely recommend this anime before the season ends and we enter a new end of like 100 plus anime that I will be able to watch them because I'm in Japan now. Yeah, I would say also where you can watch it, but yeah, I don't have I'm not in America, so you probably can't watch on any of the stations that I choose anyway. So there's Netflix. Check it out. But anywho, that's my quick review of Oresuki. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful series. Of course, I may not have no taste. Look. You get tired of Boku no Hero like anime all the time, and you just kind of want to watch something new. But again, I definitely take my word on it. It's definitely a good series you can watch and you can enjoy. So, yeah. Thank you for watching and listening. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and a subscribe, and have a good night.